You remember how you lost the thing behind the counter?
What is that?
It's a grabber.
You not been down anymore, old man? Is that to pick up seashells on the beach?
I can grab your coffee.
Don't you touch my coffee. If you spill that, I'm suing you. No!
No, he dropped the top of the coffee maker behind the counter.
Oh my God.
And we can't get it.
Well, get it.
Tell everyone that our coffee machine is missing its lid.
So it's missing the lid. And what are you going to do, Jeff?
I'm going to look for the grabber. Eric, you find it.
Just say roll the open.
Roll the open. I feel like number 5 in Short Circuit.
Wow, and if you get that reference, you real old like us.
Every day.
Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. Every day. We do it our own way. Sing it out every day. Yeah, let's make it a good day. Every day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, here's Jason.
Let's get started, shall we? Let's get started. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Hi. Well, welcome to the show. I'm Jace. Hope you're having a good day. First today, if you're like me and you're afraid of heights, you may want to avoid driving over a new bridge in China. Look at this. Come back to the TV. You're looking at the world's tallest bridge, and it just opened. It stands more than 2,000 feet above a river in southern China. Now, for reference, listen to this. That is nearly 9 times taller than the Golden Gate Bridge. On top of it, though, there's a cafe. Yeah, yeah. And that cafe is about a half mile in the air. And if you want, you can also bungee jump off the damn thing. Yeah.
Why?
And if this audience claps loud enough, I'll send one of them to China to do that. Jeff. You in the front row, right there. That'll be you, yeah. I'll jump off a bridge with her. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Fallon, everybody. I mean, jump off a bridge like bungee jumping, not like, you know, yeah.
I'm not, like, I don't like heights.
I hate heights.
But, I wouldn't even do it in Chicago. You know, you can get in the glass thing and it leans out.
Yeah, in the Hancock building.
No interest.
No
interest? No interest in that. We did, like, the Going to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park. I was, like, the window side of, like, the cliff. I was like, I couldn't even look out. It made me so uncomfortable. Yeah, no.
I can't do, I'm a ride guy. You know that. I love all the rides. I can do roller coasters.
Same.
I can't do swing rides where your feet dangle.
Okay.
I can't do that.
I don't like just drop.
I don't mind that.
I don't need that.
Like the Tower of Terror at Disney World is my favorite ride.
I do that one because it's at least like inside of a building. You know,
I've done that with you.
A little bit of ambiance.
Yeah,
yes.
you were good. You were a little worried. You were a little sweaty, but that's fine.
A lot sweaty. Yeah.
Okay, if you need a little, if you just need a little pick me up today, somebody pointed this out to me yesterday, and I thought, oh, this is cute. Just a little smile of your day. I guess to promote the Sphere and maybe Wicked, I want everybody grab your device, just grab whatever device you have, a computer, whatever, turn your volume up, and I want you all, now don't roll this yet, Leo, I want you all to go to Google, open up your Google right now, and type in The Wizard of Oz. I love to see the studio audience do this. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Yeah, don't worry about it. And turn your volume. Yeah, and go ahead and type in The Wizard of Oz and hit search. Now, when you do that, at the top, right by the title, you'll see some ruby slippers. Hit the ruby slipper. Now, when you do, roll it, Leo. This is what the screen does. And it turns it black and white. And then, now hit the tornado. And then it turns the Google screen back to color. Look at that.
Oh, that's cute.
I just thought that was... I am so easily amused. I did that about 100 times. And judging by the tepid applause from the studio audience, they think I'm weird. And that's fine. Yeah.
No, they're all
doing it. Oh, okay, they're all still doing it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was, I thought it was so cool. Someone, oh, you should try that. And I did it, and then I did it like 14 times. But yeah, I have no life.
With full volume?
Yeah.
Was Colin there?
No.
Okay.
I was by myself.
Poor Colin,
I was all by myself. I didn't. I try to do the weird things when he's not around.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. There it is. That went over like a ton of bricks. Anyway, a late night crossover in New York City. Kimmel's in Brooklyn all week. He popped up, look at this, on Stephen Colbert's show while Colbert was on Jimmy's show. And for the first time, Jimmy, now we've all heard this story over the past 6 days, but you might not have heard this. Kimmel shared how he found out that his show was suspended. Listen to the story.
Well, but what's the first thing that occurred to you?
I thought, that's it. It's over. It is over. I was like, I'm never coming back on the air. That's really what I thought. And so we told our staff. Now, meanwhile, there's the whole audience, they're in their seats.
Oh, wait, I didn't know that your audience was already loaded?
They're loaded and in their seats, ready for the show. So
Okay,
then
so-
I go home.
Yeah.
And I stayed at the show for a couple of hours. And I go home, I'm followed by 20 paparazzi cars, TMZ, people jumping in front of me on the way home. We're just trying to get to the house, and we're like, should we be going to our house? There are 2 helicopters flying over, 2 helicopters following us home. Meanwhile, I hadn't had makeup on yet, so my bald spot was not painted in. We get to the house, and we're shaking, and the kids are up, and I got 2 kids, and our daughter, who's 11 years old, says, I can sell my Labubu's. It was actually very sweet.
Oh, that's lovely.
Our son just got naked and started running around the house.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we all know that Colbert's show will end in the spring. So on his show, Stephen and Jimmy compared who they heard from after the news of the cancellation and who they heard from after Kimmel's suspension. Watch this.
When I finally went through it, high school girlfriend, James Taylor, and George R.R. Martin.
I did not have a girlfriend in high school. So I didn't hear from her. I did hear from a girl that I would have liked to have been my girlfriend in high school. I did hear from literally everyone I have ever met. I heard from, like, the guy who picked me up at the airport in Nashville 15 years ago. I heard from a lot of people who've been guests on the show. I got a very beautiful note from James Taylor. I'd love to compare those because...
Did you really get one from JT?
I did. I want to see if JT did a cut and paste on us,
Maybe. He might have. James Taylor's very busy. He might have just, or had ChatGPT write it up.
Yep, the dashes give it away.
Well, meanwhile, over on Kimmel's show, Colbert talked about the moment that he found out that his show would end back in the summer. Watch this.
You found out from our mutual manager, James Baby Doll Dixon, is that correct?
Is my manager your manager?
Yes.
And Jon Stewart's manager. He's the real king of late night.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, he said, hey, baby, I just need to talk to you for 15 minutes after the show on Wednesday. This was on the 16th of July. So I said to Evie, hey, I'll be home a little bit later. I got to talk to baby. He wants to talk for 15 minutes. And I come home 2.5 hours later. And I walk into the apartment, and she goes, what happened? Did you get canceled?
No.
Yep.
Really?
I said, yes, I did. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, Get this, Steven's manager knew that Paramount was going to cancel the show for several days before he told Steven. He didn't want to ruin Steven's vacation, summer vacation, which that's a good agent. Yeah. Steven also shared the story of telling his staff, and I'll give you some perspective on this because I've been to the Colbert show a couple times, and listen to this. How the audience handled it. The audience didn't know anything was well, let Steven tell you. Watch this.
So I went backstage, I said, everybody get on Zoom. I told everybody as briefly as I could so they wouldn't find out about it on air. And then I went back out on stage to tell everybody, and I was so nervous about doing it right, because there was nothing in the prompter, I was just speaking off the cuff, that I f***ed up twice, and I had to restart.
Wow.
And the audience thought it was a bit.
Oh.
And they started going, you can do it!
Oh.
Come on, Steve, you can do it! Because I always messed up on the sentence that told them what was happening. And then I got to the sentence that actually told them what was happening, and they didn't laugh.
Yeah. Because again, we've had so many stories, you probably lost track. Again, Steven didn't want to ruin the vibe of that night's show. He found out before the taping of that day's show. So he went through the whole show, told his executive producers, and then at the conclusion of the show, because if you've never been there, it was actually a criticism that I had, not a criticism, but an interesting observation, having gone to the show a couple times. Steven doesn't really, other than just going goodbye for the show, Steven, when the show is done, he walks off the stage and the studio audience, then you're cleared. It's like, oh, wow, it's over. Okay, and then you go to Chili's or whatever you do. So the audience, the studio audience had no idea that it was over. He called his floor director over. He called the Thomas of his show over, and he said, there's one more act to the show. And Tom, the floor director goes, no, boss, the show's over. And Steven goes, no. There's one more act to the show. And then he sat back down to tape what's called the cold open. The cold open, you know, the thing that you just saw with Jeff with his little thong? The thong, not thong.
Ooh, Jeff and that little thong. Hey.
If Jeff's in a thong, that would be called the hot open. That's right, yeah.
He is going on vacation.
He is, yeah. I don't know where I was, and it doesn't matter. I'll just say this. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. Jeff with his thong, yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Hi. More just for you now. A steamy night on the dance floor on Dancing with the Semi-Stars, courtesy of the Crocodile Boy, Robert Irwin. Look at this. That's right. After stripping down mid-performance, the Crocodile guy, 21 years old, earned a 22 out of 30. I still think I know others are doing really well. I still hold to it. I think he's going to win the whole thing. Okay. I do.
He does seem to be like the leading favorite. He was like the first announced for this season as well. So I can see that.
Well, as I mentioned, he wasn't the only one steaming up the screen and doing well. Check out Dylan Elfron, that's a different person. Dylan Efron's Sultry Foxtrot. That's nice. Dylan got a 23. That was one of the higher scores of the night. Falcon, I don't know if I want to do the Foxtrot. I have to do a charity thing soon.
Do you get to choose?
No, I don't. But the Foxtrot, I just realized, that scares me. That seems like a complicated dance to do.
At least it looks kind of slower, so maybe you'd be less out of breath, because I just... Not in a bad way.
Don't you clap for that? I love it. The audience has been a little tepid today. You know when they've clapped the loudest? That comment. Been a little tepid, and now you make fun of me, and the audience is like, yes!
I'm just saying, you know.
Ryan, security, get ready. Clear this room. That's right. The highest scores of the night went to Mormon wife Whitney and this Olympic medalist. Gymnast Jordan Chales earned a 24 for her tango.
Wow.
Okay, actually, tango is the one that scares me the most.
But
that
tango is like dramatic. That
Yeah.
you could lean into that well, just like a lot of.
Yeah, and that's so fast I might get out of breath.
I don't know. She was doing a lot of flips. I'm just saying.
I do nothing but compliment you, and you're like, well, way to go, Puffy. Anyway,
I am looking out for you.
Thank you.
Okay?
One dancer was sent home. It was Lauren from the group Fifth Harmony.
Oh.
She scored 18 out of 30. Well, bye-bye. Hardly knew ya. Yeah, too bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't like her. I don't mean I don't like her. I just don't know her.
Okay, that's fair.
Do you know her?
Yeah, I mean, I know Fifth Harmony for sure.
Yeah.
But I did like, we should keep an eye on Whitney. I do think she's kind of blowing up. Like of the Mormon wives, like she seems to be standing out on this show a lot.
You're seeing, okay.
She's really good with social media too, so she shows up in my feed even though I don't follow her. I'm like, why does she keep showing up? And it's because I keep watching it. I know what's happening.
Well, it's all about the votes. So she's good on social. That could translate into votes for her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, up next in the dish, history on Wheel of Fortune. One woman just became the biggest winner in the history of Wheel. Watch this.
Living things, that is the category. You'll have 10 seconds to try and solve it. Christina's staring at me. Good luck.
Pack of coyotes.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's exciting.
And look at Ryan wearing a sensible sweater. Look at that. Anyway, besides winning $1 million prize in the final round, she also wins trips to Montana and Tokyo.
Ooh, all right.
Well, there's the yin and yang of trips.
Yeah.
Her total winnings are just over $1 million. It's $1,035,000 if you're keeping track. Yeah.
As much as I like to play games, I think I would be terrible at Wheel of Fortune.
I'm the opposite. Now, if I'm just a couch ranger, I'm a wheel, but I've been a wheel watcher.
Yes.
Thank you. Everybody my age is singing that song right now. Anyway, there was a promotional I've been a wheel watcher since the 80s. When I play at home on my Nintendo or whatever I play it on, I'm really good. I'm a good Wheel of Fortune player.
That's nice.
Yeah.
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 You should audition for the show.
I wonder if that's against my contract. I don't know. I barely have a contract. What am I talking about?
maybe you're fine.
By the way, she's the 5th contestant to win the $1 million prize. I've been watching it so much that we'll get a smattering of giggles from this one. I've watched Wheel of Fortune so long. I remember when the final round was you went shopping and you bought. Remember that? You had an amount of money, and you went and you had to buy things from this gallery, and everybody had like an odd amount at the end, like $200, and all you could buy, the only thing for like $200 was a porcelain cat. And that was it, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was what the final prize was, yeah.
Oh.
It was not fun.
No.
Yeah. Next on the dish, 2 Saturday Night Live legends come together for a really great conversation. Kristen Wiig is Amy Poehler's guest on her podcast this week. And Kristen shared the story of getting hired on SNL in 2005. And she got hired after the season had already started, which is unusual. Watch this.
I'm finding that out that they hired you after the season had started?
Yeah, you guys had done 3 shows, and then they were like, come watch. I literally got there on like Friday. I came and I watched Lance Armstrong's show. But I remember being like, what? Because to watch a show from the floor, no matter what, is intense. But knowing that I was starting on Monday and nobody...
No one's
knew because nobody told anyone that I was starting.
SNL is like notoriously not good at onboarding.
I do remember going to the party and going outside and calling my friend and like sobbing because I was like, what? I was so overwhelmed. I didn't like know anybody. And I'm like I was like in New York, you know what I mean? I didn't know the city and I was so scared.
Amy revealed that her first And then Amy revealed something that Amy Poehler's first week on the job, her first episode, the episode following 9/11.
Wow.
That was Amy Poehler's first episode of SNL ever. Kristen also talked about some of her iconic characters and revealed her goal when she does a sketch.
I like being in a sketch where there's a lot of people and there are moments where everyone is looking around. Like, what is going on? I love that moment.
Yes.
I love a cut to Keenan, just...
like, we got to get out of here. Like,
We
this
gotta
lady
get
is
outta here.
nuts.
It's my favorite thing.
That actually would be a really good way to sum up a lot of your characters.
Oh, yeah. And most of my sketches, if you go back and look, I'm like, no, you got to cut to people being weirded out by me.
And Amy reminded Kristen that she's one of the few people in SNL history where all of the characters, most of them, if not all the characters that Kristen performed in her audition for SNL, ended up hits on the show, including the Target lady.
Oh, yeah.
The Target lady, that's my favorite. Is that, who's your... the Californians?
Californians is pretty good. What's her niece, Denise, or what is it with the... Dooney with a little hand.
Really quick, I know we have to go. One of my favorite memories of executive producer Jeff and I, it was the Monday after the Dooney episode, and Jeff and I had the same sense of humor. And I'm out in the newsroom typing, and Jeff sends me a message. He goes, "Watch Saturday Night Live right now," and he could hear me laughing from the control room when she exposed her little hands. And yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Next, something we never knew about the late Michael Jackson, just when you thought you knew everything about Michael Jackson. Lionel Richie is telling all in his new book, saying the king of pop stunk. Richie says Michael didn't wear deodorant and would wear the same clothes without washing them for days and days and days and days. Lionel says he and Quincy Jones gave Jackson the nickname Smelly. At one time during their friendship, Lionel even gifted Michael a pair of jeans and clean underwear. Richie called it a quirk of Michael's, saying he was absent-minded.
Okay.
I have absent-minded people in my life, but they somehow manage to not forget their underwear. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, was he so in the zone? He's working for days in the studio, doesn't know what day or time it is, and he's just, what's going on?
I have no idea, and I guess we'll never know.
No.
But now every time I watch Billie Jean, I will think of him stinking. Yeah, there we go. That's the dish. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. In just a little bit, they went from creating one of the most memorable props ever used on Sex and the City to becoming trailblazers in the medium of radio. Meet Lori and Julia when we come back. Plus, the life of my dogs. Oh, let me tell you. That and more when we come back. Welcome back. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Jason Show TV, Fallon on Air, Jason Matheson. Hi. Well, our guests today are back on the mic. For over 20 years, two lovely ladies, very shy, Lori Barghini and Julia Cobbs defined talk radio for women around the country. The sisters-in-law helped establish a radio station called My Talk 1071 as a go-to station for pop culture with a focus on women's voices when that wasn't a thing in radio. Last week, made national news. Well, last year they got caught stealing office supplies. I'm just joking. No, they get out of here. They stepped away from their afternoon drive radio show, but their retirement didn't last long. And boy, are we grateful. Today, they're launching a new podcast around the world now. Lori and Julia Still Loud. They're back for more hot takes, humor, and honesty on the mic. Audience, give it up for Lori and Julia. ladies.
What a nice introduction. Thank you, Jason.
Well, you guys are, in full disclosure, I'm acting like I don't know these goobers. I do. I've worked with them. For people that don't know, I have a radio show too. It's on this station, and that's where I want to start. Because around the country, they may not know what My Talk is. It made national news because it was the first woman-based talk station for the around the country. I mean, there was there's political talk. Right. There's political talk. There's sports talk stations. What was your reaction when the radio station, when you heard there was going to be a woman talk radio station?
Well, we were like, we should be hired immediately. We made the whole, no, really, we made the whole world talk about an invention that we made, body perks, and we got them on Sex and the City. And I mean, we went viral in 2000 before the internet. And so we were like, we obviously should be running a radio show.
Yeah, because, Julian, I want to get your take on it. If you just heard, this is how these two became famous internationally. They were, a product of theirs was featured on this episode of Sex and the City. Right there, there's Samantha. Okay, explain for, you know, daytime television. What were they?
They're nipple enhancers.
That's right. Executive producer Jeff wears them daily.
But
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
I told Lori to bring them.
Yeah.
And they're in the green room.
But you really,
we did. I went to Vegas on a girls' weekend. Julia came with. It was shampoo bottle caps from the Treasure Island. Our Midwest breasts were not getting enough attention, and we wore these. And I mean, we got free limousine rides. We got into nightclubs free. I mean, it was amazing. And then Julia's like, I've always wanted to invent something. I've always wanted to get a patent. And I said, you invent it, I'll get it on Sex and the City. Unbeknownst to me that they're hearing from everybody about ideas for the story. And I've
never heard this, the origin. I've never heard the origin of like how you divided and conquered. Okay.
Yes, Julia did the business plan, worked with the patent attorney, the engineer. We had to have an engineer do the
That was a very fun process, trying to figure out the perfect
nipple
projection. And there is one.
There is?
It is perfect.
It is perfect.
It's a perfect protrusion. It's perfect.
And Julia worked really hard.
Perfect protrusion should have been the name of your podcast. Yeah.
You know what? Your perfect protrusion. That's true.
And that's true. And Julia yelled at me for like a year and a half because she was doing all the business work while I was going to First Avenue and other clubs and having women
try on wax
nipples. And I said, take them for a spin around the dance floor, flirt with them, see if you get more attention. So I was doing market research, and then we played the Who Do You Know game. We'd read the book, The Tipping Point, Malcolm Gladwell, and he said, if you have a goal, play the Who Do You Know game to get to where you want to go. And Julia knew.
At my cabin, on the deck, my friend's little sister comes over, and her college roommate is a Levator, I believe, from the New York Daily News, and literally we sent her the nipples. Lori dared her to wear them for a weekend, and we had a center spread in the New York Daily News
for Fashion Week.
For Fashion Week. Lori then is on the BBC the next day. It just went.
I went to New York.
For nipples.
Yes.
Okay, but then how did that lead to this revolutionary radio station?
Okay, so Oxygen Media at the time flew us out to New York to do a story on us.
They followed me around at the Patricia Fields fashion show where we were in the gift bag at Patricia Fields.
Us.
Our body
nipples.
Your nipples were, yeah.
And not even our nipples,
but they followed me around with the camera, met Andre Leon Talley, Cynthia Nixon got up and screamed, the nipple girls. You know, I mean, it was, because I had met Kristen Davis at a fashion show in New York when we first kind of like, after the New York, the Daily News story, and I met Kristen Davis, and I said, I have been writing to Sarah Jessica Parker and Michael Patrick King, and nobody is writing me back. I've got a great story idea. And she said, you have to write to Michael Patrick King in LA. So I did.
And this is literally writing a letter.
And
like old-fashioned writing a letter.
It's
our press release, and then I wrote it in a corner. I said, I double dare any of the ladies on your staff to go and take a spin in these nipples and see what happens. And 2 months later, I get a phone call. Casey is pushing me up Camelback Mountain. I'm like, I'm not
Your
Billy
husband,
Goat.
yes.
My husband.
My brother. She's married to my brother.
And I get a phone call, and it's Michael Patrick King's assistant, and he says, we would like permission from you to use your body perks in a storyline. We're not going to use the story idea you gave us. We have another idea, but do we have your permission? Julia and I were on set when they filmed it, and...
Well, so that led to a radio station and a history-making run. We'll talk about that and what they're doing now when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back. Find Lori and Julia Still Loud wherever you get your podcast and hit that subscribe button. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so the perks happened, but how did you end up on radio? Because you had never done radio before.
No experience. We thought we were going to do a TV show. Of course, and we got shot down. Oxygen Media literally asked us to pitch them a TV show. And they said no. We were in my minivan at Braemar Ice Rink. And they said no. And then we heard from our mutual friend, Stephanie Hansen.
Yes, Stephanie, our foodie queen, Stephanie Hansen,
yes, that Hubbard was starting an all-women's talk station, and I literally had worked for them briefly and called Ginny Hubbard, and we had breakfast, and we were hired.
And that was it. And
that was it.
And these two have been on Drive Time with you had no radio experience.
No. Zero.
And let me tell you, one of my favorite memories of these two is when I first started. I was like 20-something, and they scared the hell out of me. I mean, just literally scared the hell out of me. And I got a show, and the first show they were nice enough to listen to. And I got in the car after that show. I was their lead-in, and I get in the car, and this has happened. You said to Laura, you go, God, did you hear that Jason show? That Jason show, it's all fancy. They like tease things. Like, yeah. And I thought, you were so impressed that we teased things.
Listen.
Because your show was a little off the rails at times.
Very much so.
And very much.
Yeah.
We had no idea what we were doing.
But did you feel the way, I mean, did you realize that you were making history? Because the radio station, again, as I said in their intro, there are political talk stations, there are sports stations. Never in the history of the country was there a women's focused talk station. Did you think it would be a success?
Yes.
You did?
I did.
Lori,
I have unwavering faith in Julia and I because we worked in business together at Carlson Companies. We worked at an airline. We did an invention. We had undeniable chemistry, and I just thought, why not? And we're women. We're used to people doubting us. It doesn't bother us.
Yes.
Okay? It doesn't bother us.
I want to. So then you guys, Laura, you told me you don't like the word retirement. What do you call it?
Rewirement. We
rewirement.
Yes,
you rewired.
Yes. Rewired the podcast. Yes.
But you guys took a year off. Lori did take a year off. Julia worked at a bookstore or something for a year, like an adult bookstore or something, and then. but then
my husband doesn't know that yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have released that on TV, but what made you want to do a podcast, and what's appealing about that format?
Well, I mean, I knew that people were desperately going to miss us.
Okay.
And we know. I did. I seriously did. This is why we love her.
Yeah.
But I did. We'd been in people's lives for 22 years, just talking about everything and nothing and sharing things that people related to. So I told Julia when I told her I don't want to work this much anymore. I said, but we'll do a podcast that'll be perfect, and people will miss us, and they're going to be ready to hear our hot takes on things.
And I love it because when you think of our business, the reason I love it, the reason I wanted America to, if you don't know who these two are, the reason I wanted America to meet them is because you know this, and it's observable fact, our business is so youth-focused, and the ones that get the most attention are, and no offense to the youngins, it's when you start off in their 20s and 30s, I love that you guys are dishing it and kicking earth at your very young age. And redefining what that means, and I really do.
Thank you. Thank Thank you.
I know you only have taped one episode. Do you like the pace? Because the pacing of a podcast is very different. Like right now, I'm getting a cue.
Yes.
I have like 30 seconds before I have to take a break.
Right.
Do you like the fact that you don't have to give a rat's blank about commercial breaks?
It's podcast ponies.
Yeah. It actually is so different. It's really relaxing. We're just sitting at my dining room table, and you know, I'm in charge of the equipment, which is scary, but it's very.
You're so good at it.
Yeah.
I know. It's very chill. It's completely different, and it's nice.
Well, you're going to find out coming up after the break why these two are, forget People Magazine, forget all of that, why these two are the pop culture mavens. We're going to run through some hot topics with Lori and Julia when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. Okay, America. It's going to be your new favorite podcast here. My friends, Lori and Julie are here today. One of the great, again, forget the teleprompter for a second. One of the great things about having the show and the show being national now is when I get to show you people that I think you will love and you need to meet. And these two are two of those people. Lori and Julie have a new podcast. We'll tell you how to get it at the end of this. But since they're here, they are the pop culture mavens. Nobody has hotter, funnier takes on pop culture than these two goobers. And so if you're here, I'm going to take advantage of your presence, okay?
Please.
So I'm going to tick through some current hot topics and give me your hot takes, okay? First up, Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban divorcing.
Heartbroken about them. And I bet she wishes she never made that erotic movie, Baby Girl, that was so terrible, because that was his nickname for her. She talked about she had so many orgasms on screen that she didn't want to be touched when she got home, and I thought, this isn't good for Keith.
Hey, by the way, I just heard from the Jason Show historian.
Okay.
You're the first person in 10 years to say orgasm on her show. There we go. Yeah.
I can say it in French.
Yeah.
She can
say orgasm in French.
Petit mort.
Oh, God, Lord.
Do you think he was cheating on her?
I think he was banging the fiddle player. He
was what?
Banging the fiddle player. He fired the whole band in February and kept the fiddle player, the woman. And I think the band might have known what was going on.
It's always the damn fiddle player.
I know.
Okay.
Well, the Love Connection, it happened with Bruce Springsteen, remember?
Yeah.
And his Patty.
But we're heartbroken about those two. They seemed really madly in love.
They did.
And I just, love is dead.
Oh, now love is dead. Mic drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, your just general take on these two.
Love. We've been following when they started dating. I said, Julia, this is like watching a movie, a rom-com come true. She's dated a lot of guys. She this and that. So like to see a golden retriever guy who was not intimidated by her star. He likes that she's a star.
And she likes he's a golden retriever type.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a compliment, audience. It is. Yeah.
Always coming back, always loving, always easy.
Always easy.
Always easy.
That could have been another name for the podcast.
For me,
That's
for sure. Easy L.
Okay.
She only had crabs once.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Julia.
The golden.
That's never been said here.
You're also the first guest for that, Julia. That's right. The Golden Bachelor, Mel Owens.
Oh my gosh. Well, I found the show to be delightful.
I did too.
Yeah.
You did?
I did. I like that he got rid of 10 women right away. They have an accelerated season. He is I can't get out of my mind that he looks like Moose from Archie. From Riverdale. You can't unsee it. He looks just like Moose if you know Archie, the comic book. And I did a tweet. And I said, I can't get over Mel just rocking his necklace and Leslie Fema,
the Golden
Bachelorette. She tweeted back, that's a microphone, not a necklace.
out.
Do you think he redeemed himself because he got all that bad publicity?
Yeah, he did. He got so much about the age thing.
Yeah, that he would never date a woman over 60.
I don't trust him, and I don't think any of those ladies do either. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens with them, but I enjoyed it.
Celebrating women our age.
Yes.
I love celebrating love for people our age.
That's right. Because imagine,
Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
the fact that people don't think you can be sexy or you have sex after 50 or 60 is ridiculous.
Just once.
Finally, Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco.
Oh, we love them.
See, Lori, love isn't dead yet.
Yeah, love isn't dead yet, but we do like this couple. Julie and I fell in love with Benny Blanco when he was on Howard Stern. We listened to that interview, and he's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
And he's not intimidated by her.
That's another couple. Do you agree? Fallon and I were saying this, that I feel like I could see them at Aldi. They just, even though they're billionaires, maybe not Aldi's. I mean, maybe Whole Foods. But don't you think they just seem very normal to me?
Very normal.
Yeah.
And especially, she's been popular since Barney.
Yeah.
You know, she's been in the public life forever. She's
and handled it very well.
Very well.
We got to go, but I want to say sincerely, I'm glad you guys are back. I'm glad your voices are back. I think this is the perfect platform for you. I have missed you, and as a friend and as a colleague, I'm very proud of the both of you.
Oh,
I really am. Give it up for Lori and Julia.
Thank you.
Listen to their new podcast right there. Lori and Julia is still out. Get it wherever you get your podcasts and hit that subscribe button. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. Back after this.
Thank you. I'd love to have you come over.
Yeah, I want to. Welcome back, everybody. Well, one of Fallon and I's favorite weeks is over. Fat Bear Week is over. That's right.
I know.
But Fallon, we have a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, meet your title holder. That's Chunk, everybody. That's right. Chunk earned the title thanks in part to his 1,200-pound weight. He's been a runner-up for the past 2 years, always a bridesmaid. Well, Chunk won despite having a broken jaw that has impacted his ability to eat. And listen to this, everybody. More than 1.5 million people voted in this year's Fat Bear Week competition. Wow. And he got that, this is no joke, audience, he got that broken jaw by fighting for his lover. That's right.
Wait, did he win or lose?
He won, Fallon.
Okay,
he got the, there we go.
Right.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. He got the girl bear. Welcome back to the show. Don't forget, come see us on Monday. Well, not Monday. That's all full, But while we're talking about Monday, we're really excited. It's our annual breast cancer awareness show. Excited as far as shining a light on this. We're teaming up with the good folks at CRL Women's Imaging to raise money in the fight against cancer. Our show is dedicated to battling breast cancer, featuring an audience of wonderful thrivers and survivors, just wonderful, wonderful people. You can get a special edition Pink Jason Show t-shirt. You'll see a picture of it right at the bottom of your screen. And here's the great news. All proceeds from that sale benefit the Hope Chest for Breast Cancer, and you can get that right now at jasonshowstore.com. So yeah, it's always because you were here last year.
I was, yeah. We're looking forward to that one. A new location, which is nice. Bachman's is lovely.
We're going to be live inside a greenhouse. Yeah.
It might be sweaty.
I know. Yeah, we're inside a greenhouse, so we're going to be
bring the neck fan.
That's right. We're going to be looking real sweaty. That's right. Hey, tomorrow on the show, easy ways to transform your porch in the fall. Hey, speaking of flowers, garden guy Dale Kay is back with some tips that you're just going to love. But right now, that's going to do it for us. Thanks to this amazing audience. Thanks to you. Thanks to Lori and Julia. Find their podcast wherever you get your podcast. Scan that QR code to get tickets to our show. Go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. We'll see you back here tomorrow, everybody. Have a good day. Somebody was calling me as the show, I'm like, do you not?